My name is Ray Lewis, and I retired as a captain with the Philadelphia Police Department.
What are you doing in Cleveland today?
I'm in Cleveland for the same reason I go everywhere to protest. And that is, number one, to show solidarity with the people, to let them know, hey, you're right in what you're saying. You're getting screwed, and you're right, and I'm going to let you know that. And it helps them to feel good about, hey, here's the epitome of an establishment person coming out and saying we're right. And it really helps, show solidarity, helps them, encourages them. These filthy, rich, white men who own the media show that over and over. They want all of white America to fear the black people. They want them to think, oh my God, those black animals, I don't want them in my neighborhood. This all goes along with accepting militarization of the local police departments. Because now when you have all of white St. Louis and Missouri and all of the country seeing these, and they call them black animals, rioting, burning, all of white America is saying, whoa, not only will I allow my police department to become militarized, I want my police department to become militarized to protect me and my family from those black animals coming into my neighborhood.
What is your message about the Tamir Rice case to Clevelanders?
My message about the Tamir Rice case is you were screwed. Big time. This is a travesty of justice. An innocent boy got killed, and no one is being held accountable.
What do you think the solution in Cleveland is to police violence?
The same way it is to every police department in the country. You got to start hiring the right people. They're hiring these John Wayne types, and this is what you get when you hire. Well, this guy's a total exception. This guy has mental illness, and he was still hired. And there was a write-up by the chief of his former police department who was going to fire him. He quit before he got fired, and he said this man is totally incapable of carrying a firearm. Now I want to know, and I have not seen the question at all, who is the person who is responsible for not reviewing that firing order?
Did you know that the chief and the guy's father are really good friends from back in the day?
Well, then that answers my question.
Thank you.
That nepotism, that cronyism resulted in an innocent 12-year-old boy getting killed. The person who put the call out, the police dispatcher, who just put it out as a black male with a gun and not a child with possibly a toy gun, she did the right thing. She resigned. Obviously, she has a conscience, and it got to her. And that's a shame, but she didn't take her job seriously enough. And as a dispatcher, you got to take your job just as serious
on this?
as the officer in the street. And she didn't, and subsequently she resigned. So that's taken care of. She resigned. But I want to know why the person who hired this guy still has a job.
Very good.
And then, of course, why does Lohman still have a job? Why does McGinty still have a job? And I know the police side of these situations.
Captain Lewis,
Go ahead.
have you seen the crime scene location? Are there other options that, what other options could an officer have taken when they pulled into that park?
When I first saw that video, I'll tell you exactly what was going through my mind. What the hell are they doing? What are they doing? When I saw them drive up right next to the young man. You don't do that. Common sense tells you if there's a man supposedly with a gun, you don't drive right up to him. Police policy is as soon as you see this suspect, you stop your car, you exit your vehicle, you take cover behind your car, you point your weapon at the individual, and you shout, "Police, drop the gun." And that's from as far distance as you can be. To drive right up on that individual was insane. Second thing, Lohman was not the driver. So I do not hold Lohman responsible for that. The driver was Officer Gormback.
And he has a history.
No, I didn't know he had a history. But I'll tell you what I do know about Officer Gormback. He has the official title of a training officer. Means a rookie drives with a training officer to learn the job on the street. How in the world does a training officer drive right up to a man allegedly having a gun? It blows my mind. And if you watch the film, if you read the part of the transcript, it reads that Officer Lohman stated, I told him 3 times to drop the gun. And when I saw him reaching in his waistband, which by the way, reaching in his waistband is the universal excuse cops give to justify a bad shooting. All right?
Absolutely.
So anyway, he said it 3 times. You can tell just by watching that film, he had no time to say it 3 times. He jumped immediately out of that car and shot. This is just a fiasco which is being perpetrated on the people of Cleveland, and it's a disgrace. It's a gross miscarriage of justice. Cleveland, Ohio, is an open carry state.
Like what they brought yesterday.
When you go,
That's exactly what they brought yesterday at the NCP.
when you go from having a state that's not open carry to open carry, that puts a big responsibility on the police. When even a 12-year-old kid knows better than to pull out a gun, a toy gun, when the police are coming. But even if he did, he may have a permit to have that gun. Subsequently, that's why you stop 100 yards away, 50 yards away, have your gun pointed and said you have a permit to carry. But you don't even do that, because then you're going to have to stop every white guy who's carrying. And that white guys aren't going to stand for that. So that just blows my mind.
Mr. Lewis, I'd like to present you with a
Oh, wow.
COPBLOCK badge. Maybe you could get a little bit more out of that one.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Appreciate your
Wow.
service.
Thank you.
Yep.
It is totally impossible for Officer Lohman to have informed Tamir to show his hands 3 times before he was shot. The district attorney, he can present evidence to make a case go this way or make a case go that way. And McKinney knew from the beginning which way he wanted this case to go. One reason here you have these district prosecuting attorneys go this way is because they are damn fearful of corrupt police unions. McGinty does not want to incur the wrath of the Cleveland Police Union when it comes election time. Because more than anything else, more than life, more than being honest, prosecuting attorneys want to hold on to their jobs because they're very prestigious, they have a whole lot of perks, and they wouldn't get a job anywhere else with that much glamour and importance. So they do not want to turn off the police union, so they're in the palm of the police union. Same thing out in Ferguson.
We're here with Ray Lewis, former Philadelphia police employee. Quit, come, protest. His idea of justice in the Tamir Rice case is to jail McGinty. I have to say I agree with him.
Okay, people that use black-on-black crime as an excuse for the police shootings, basically.
Okay.
Do you feel there is some truth to that, or do you feel that crime is everywhere, so why isn't this happening in the suburbs or the outskirts of the city?
Sure, there's truth to black-on-black crime, but that's not an excuse to devalue the life of a black. That doesn't mean, I mean, there's white-on-white crime. That does not mean you devalue a white life.
Or learn from countries like England, where they said, I read somewhere, last year police killed more people in America than in London in the last 95 years.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll reach that, but how do you feel we can move towards it?
Well, that's a hell of a question. And the only way you're going to do that, and some people don't like me referring it, but you have to get white America involved. And I am trying to show white America. Listen, I'm no screaming Black Panther out here. I am a white former police captain, and I'm saying the black community is justified in their complaints. And nothing is going to change in this country until white America realizes what's going on. And the media, the filthy rich media, refuses to show people that the black people in the community that are actually trying to build their communities and make everything better for everybody. When I was in Ferguson, there was a bunch of black people. They had blue t-shirts with white lettering called Peacekeeper. I saw dozens of them.
I didn't see that on the news.
No, yeah. What they did is they were going to go in front of the stores if rioting broke out to try to stop it. Listen, do not riot and loot this store. Well, guess what? In all of my watching the coverage of Ferguson, not one peacekeeper was ever shown. Because filthy, rich white men who own the media, they want white America to continue to fear the black animal. Because while we're divided and fearful of each other, they're stealing us blind. They're destroying our air. They're destroying our food. They're going to war to make profit. Because we're so involved in fighting each other, we don't even know what they're doing.
How about the people that you used to know, the people you used to work with and stuff? Do they all now consider you like a pariah, or I mean, like none of them are on your side or anything? There's no.
Well, if they have, they haven't let me know.
Do you get any of the you jerk off,
Oh yeah, well,
all that kind of stuff?
Wherever I go, including Philadelphia, the one word I hear most often, and those words too, is traitor.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and if you know anything about the military, an army hates a traitor more than the actual enemy. That's a very dangerous term to throw around.
It's actually ironic that they would use that term as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Being the traitors that they are.
Yeah.
What does justice look like to you in this case?
Justice would look like making McGinty pay for his conspiracy to release Lohman of any charges. He guided that grand jury just the way he wanted it. He guided it the way the police union told him to guide it. And he guided it where the money told him to guide it. The money that's going to get him reelected. He doesn't want to turn off the rich white people in Cleveland. He wants that money come election time. And he was willing to sell his soul to get that money.
Do you think just having him be the only one held accountable is real accountability in this case, though?
Well, that will send a strong message. Obviously, you have to fire Lohman. Obviously, has to be. You have to hold accountable the dispatcher.
She's gone.
She retired, which is commendable.
She got out easy. Yeah.
Well, at least she had a conscience to say, hey, I really screwed up and I'm going to leave.
Right.
You gotta, and you know who you have to hold accountable? You have to hold accountable us. You have to hold accountable to the people that are allowing this to go on for years and years and years. That's who you have to hold accountable. Cops officially come under the term, officially, public servant. Do I have to explain to anybody the definition of servant? The drug war is another farce. I can't tell you how corrupt that is and how rich people make off on that. I just don't even get me started going for the drug war.
That's the reason.
All right, we'll save it for the radio tonight.
Okay.
You're not bringing all these.
What authority do you have?
Lieutenant Drone or
Show
Sheriff's
me
Office.
your authority.
All right. So
Show me your authority.
here's my authority. Lieutenant with the Sheriff's Office.
Okay, and why am I not allowed in here?
We're not bringing any signs or any protesters.
Since
into our
show me
building.
in black and white your policy.
I'm not going to show you anything. We're not bringing any protesters in. Please step behind the barricades.
Okay, if I take the sign off, I can go in, right?
You're not going up to the prosecutor's office.
Everybody see the crowd here? Everybody see the crowd for one retired cop? And why am I not allowed? Can I go in without the sign?
Where are you going?
I'm going out in front of McGinty's office.
Not unless you have an appointment.
No, this is a
This is where our money goes.
Oh, hold on. This is a public building. People have the right to enter. I'm a citizen. Are you telling me I don't have the right to enter?
Absolutely not, because you don't have an appointment with the prosecutor.
I don't need an appointment to walk in here.
You're not protesting.
Are you violating my rights to walk in here?
You're not protesting inside.
Are
the
you
Justice
violating my rights to walk in here? If I walk in here, you're going to arrest me?
You're not walking
Or
in
if
with
I
signs
walk
of
in, if I
protesting.
attempt to walk in, are you going to arrest
I'm
me?
telling you, you're not coming in with these signs.
Okay, I will take my sign off. Are you going to arrest me for sticking up for black people in Cleveland?
I'm not arresting you for anything right
Then
now.
what will you arrest me for
I
when
didn't say you were
walk
under
in?
arrest. I told you you can't bring all these protesters into the building.
They're not protesters. They're members of this city. They're citizens of Cleveland.
Okay.
This is
Taxpayers.
open. This is open to the public.
Okay, step back, sir.
For what reason?
I'm closing the barricades. Step back.
What am I doing?
You're stepping back.
This is how justice works in Cleveland, folks.
Thank you.
All right, I'll take the sign off, and I'm going to come in as a citizen of this country. And you're going to arrest me?
Where are you going?
I'm going up to McGinty's office.
You need an appointment. to
No,
go
I
to the
don't.
prosecutor.
No, you don't.
No, I'm not going in his office. I'm standing outside of his office.
Okay.
And you're going to stop me from doing that?
Yes, I'm going to stop you from doing that.
You're not. These guys will. Not you, pal.
We're the Sheriff's Department.
And I appreciate these guys. They're doing their job.
Well, thank you.
And I know what they're doing.
All right.
All right, they got to do their job like that. You're trying to just bust balls. And we'll see whose balls you bust.
Step back, please.
So busy, you can buy 2 people.
I have no sign, I have no gun, you can search me. I'm not going to put up any force about being arrested, okay? I'm going to comply with everything you said. 24 years, I was one of you guys, all right? I'm not going to bust your balls, but I'm not going to have my rights violated. I have a right to go into that building.
Correct. But you're not going to see Prosecutor McGinty.
Well, I'm going into the building now. Okay, I'm going to move these
We'll
guys.
escort you around if you don't mind.
No, you certainly can't escort me. And you're telling me I can't go up to his office. I'm not going into his office. Can I walk on his floor?
This place.
Can I walk on his floor? Oh,
It's just
that's all. Sure, of course. Hey, I need somebody with a camera here.
Hey, I'm going.
Go ahead, Rico.
I'm going.
I can't. I mean, I gotta go.
I'll take it up.
I'll go.
Or if you want to go first, please. Here, I'll hold this for you.
Was this a trap? Psych, you're under arrest. He went into the prosecutor's office. He came out unscathed, apparently, with an escort of about 10 fucking sheriffs around him. He brought Rico in there with him for camera support. A couple other people went in for camera support as well. They initially told him he couldn't have his sign, and then they had somebody go and bring it into him. Yeah. So what'd they say, Ray?
Well, they said that McGinty's not in there.
He never is.
Okay, but his assistant said that he is going to speak with Timothy McGinty, and that he is going to let McGinty, give McGinty my phone number, and that McGinty may call me back, he may not. Come on, we all know the answer to that already. I'm not going to waste my evening waiting for his call, but I did ask the assistant to have the professional courtesy to give me a call back and let me know whether or not McGinty is going to call me. And he said he would. So I want to see if even the assistant has the professional integrity to call me back and say, Ray, you're not going to get a call from Timothy. I would just be curious as to does he have the humanity
Or the guts.
to call up and say, listen, you're not going to get a call. And I can almost bet he's not even going to have the humanity or the dignity to call me back. And if that's the kind of indignation shown towards the people of Cleveland, they don't give a damn.
That's right.
All right? They give you lip service. They give you lip service. And lip service is the first level of authoritative abuse. That's where it starts. Lip service is totally disrespectful to the person being spoken to. And that we'll see. I'll let you know what later if I do get a call from the assistant. Thanks a lot.
I'm calling the radio show tonight. We can see if he called by then.
I'll tell you that. Occupied. I wasn't expecting hundreds of retired cops to come out, but geez, I thought maybe it does.
One?
Not one. And I've been doing this for 4 years. I never had one cop come up and tell me, hi, here's my